What is your view about the future of medicine in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion? Are you seeing more physicians, more nurses, more medical practitioners coming from communities of color?
Up to this point, it's been very disappointing to see such small numbers of African Americans in the healthcare professions. Physician assistants, for example, only 1 in 1,000 physician assistants are Black males. In terms of doctors,
1 in 1,000?
1 in 1,000 are Black males, yes. And even in the ranks of physicians, less than 6% of physicians are African American, and the percent of those who are male is going way down. As a matter of fact, between 1908 and 2008, the percent of physicians who were Black did not get above 3%. It's only in the most recent years, most recent decade, that number started to change.
For that 100-year period?
100 years. It was 3% or less, which is really amazing to think that that's true, but it's true. But I'm really hopeful and that the events of 2020, with the pandemic revealing this chasm in the health status of Black and brown people versus white people, the murder of George Floyd, there was an epiphany of sorts among national organizations that race does matter. But my great colleague, Dr. David Williams at the Harvard Chan School of Public Health has done decades-long research providing objective data that race does matter. And based on your race, your blood pressure, your life expectancy, your mental health, and other objective things we can measure are impacted by racism and bias. But the CDC has declared racism a public health crisis. Dr. Francis Collins, who is the outgoing director of NIH, has apologized publicly that racism has played a role in limiting the opportunities of Black people to get grants to do research. So I think there's an awakening happening in our country that I hope we can leverage to the betterment of all of us, because when we promote the best health for all of us, everyone benefits from that, not just the minorities who are impacted by it, but the whole country will. But I'm hopeful that going forward, things will be different. And the interest in medical school among people of color, I know is going up. We normally get about 7,000 applications for 100 seats. This past year, we got 10,000 applications.
10,000 applications?
Yes.
For 500 seats?
For 100 seats.
100 seats?
Yes. So I'm hopeful that that's a great sign that the pandemic has shown people just how important healthcare is and sciences and research. And I think we're going to leverage that opportunity to make sure we capture as many young people as possible.